Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's late. What is it? It's about 10 past 9, okay, 12 past 9. The Bourbon Burst is finished. The other day I did a video, and I had sanded out the claw, the claw. I sanded out the horn, I should say. I sanded the horn out so you could see the natural, and I showed you how black it was up here. And so I finished it over the past couple days. Stripped this down by sanding, not with a chemical. This is these Epiphone custom shop Les Pauls, and I put Dimarzios in it. After I had it all apart, I took this set out of my other 59, the older model that doesn't have the rosewood fretboard. This is rosewood bumblebee capacitors. It's an upgrade from the older model, and they're not satin. You know, they come naturally with a semi-gloss to them. They look really cool. They're much cooler than the other models, but I like the other models too. So there it is. A lot of sanding. The key with this for you guys who want to know on the Epiphone Les Pauls or any model with figuring on them, if they got a veneer on them, my suggestion is, the only thing I used the first on the other guitar I stripped was a gel, and it took a day and a half letting it sit with a coating on it. It said 10 minutes, it'll take off all kinds of different finishes. I let it sit for over half an hour, and I'd scrape it with a razor knife, run it across it, and it wasn't even budging. It's like military grade. These are water-based urethane, so chemicals don't work on them. At least I haven't found. I'm doing all kinds of these things now and then just because I'm bored, you know, and I got the time. But I sanded by hand here the next morning after doing this horn, and it's so much work. I took a car polish, I put 500 on it, and carefully went, and it took the color off real easy, but you cannot. I repeat, if you're going to try to do any of this to an Epiphone to show the flame, you cannot get to the veneer. There's some original clear coats underneath the color, and you have to carefully get to that. And then even after I did all that, it's so, like, even though I was very careful, there's swirl lines, gouges, and this and that, and a lot of hand sanding. 2 days. Going downstairs for several hours the next morning with 400. I used some 500. The discs that I used, that, you know, you can only use the edge. You can't lay that flat on there, and you can't have it angled too much to do it. It's got to be almost, you know, as straight as you can, and it's a feel thing, and it's just to carefully get rid of the color, and then it's a lot of fixing after that, a lot of sanding to get it, because it's got to be flawless. Once I clear coated it after sanding it for a day, I sanded it all day one day with, you know, went through piles of sandpaper. And then when I clear coated it, boom, I saw all kinds of flaws, all kinds of things that still need to be fixed if you want it really perfect. So I'm proud of how it came out, but it's a lot of frickin' work to get it to really nice. There's a couple little pimply things, like real slight, and I could have sanded them out. I could have stayed on it, but I didn't want it super perfect, but it's damn close. It's just awesome. But it's a lot of work. So I got it all strung up and put back together, and I was up here half hour ago, and I test them when I put all the electronics back in, and when I put in like the neck pickup first, then I test it with just tap on there with a screwdriver in the amp, and it'll go click click click. Then make sure when I go here, it doesn't do it. And same thing, put the bridge in, and it should do it here, and it should do it in the middle, both of them, and nothing here. Then I know it's soldered in okay. So, and I've done this a zillion times. Same with tog. So I come up here earlier, and I start playing, and it sounds weird and out of phase and all kinds of, it didn't, it just sounded weird, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So this was sticking Although it wasn't, before I took it all apart, all I did was set it on the bench. I didn't do anything to it. So I did a little WD-40 in air in a can, and that was working okay. I come upstairs, and it's still just got this out of phase, weird thing. You know, nothing sounded right, but everything was working. So I opened up the back again. I went downstairs for the second time. First, I thought it's got to be the toggle. And I opened this up, and the wire for these are Dimarzio DP274, and then this is a DP275, unpotted like the custom buckers. And so I open up this, and what I didn't realize is the wire was so long on the bridge one. The wire is way longer than it needs to be, but I don't cut them back. Don't cut your pickup wires back if they're too long. Roll them up in a proper way and save them, because you might use them in something else, and then now they're too short. So it was touching the pot, the bridge pot. The wire was so long, I carefully set it in there so that it looked like it wasn't going to be hitting anything. So this time I rolled it all up and kept it right near the bridge. So now it sounds normal. Now I got the gain way lower than I've been having it on. I got the gain almost, it's just on 2. The videos I was doing over the past week or so, I had the gain up around like 4. So there you go, just a little video on the Bourbon Burst. Job is complete. I don't know if you'll see the figuring better at this angle. It's just so hard to catch stuff in the camera, but I couldn't be happy with it. It's a lot of work. Something I don't want to even think about doing again for a while. All right, so I just wanted to show you an update on the Bourbon Burst. It's not bourbon anymore. It's a dirty natural.